Welcome to beautiful Tbilisi, the vibrant capital of Georgia. Our journey begins right in the center of the city, standing before the magnificent Kashveti Church of St. George. If you look closely at the intricate stone carvings and the elegant proportions, you might think this building has stood here for 1,000 years. Interestingly, it was actually constructed relatively recently, between 1904 and 1910. The architect, Leopold Bilfeld, designed it as a faithful replica of the 11th century Tbilisi Cathedral located in another region of Georgia. But while the building is newer, the ground we are standing on holds a deep and fascinating legend. The name Kashveti tells a story that dates all the way back to the 6th century. According to the legend, one of the famous 13 Assyrian fathers, a monk named David of Garaja, was falsely accused by a local woman of making her pregnant. To prove his innocence, David made a bold prophecy. He declared that the woman would give birth not to a child, but to a stone. When his prophecy came true, the location became famous. In the Georgian language, Kfar means stone, and Shoba means birth. Put them together, and you get Kashveti, the place of the stone birth. It's a powerful reminder that in Tbilisi, layers of myth and history are built right into the foundations of the city. Leaving the church, we are stepping onto Shota Rustaveli Avenue. This isn't just a street, it's the cultural, political, and historical heartbeat of Tbilisi. Named after Georgia's most revered 12th century poet, this bustling, tree-lined thoroughfare is where European architectural elegance meets the vibrant energy of the Caucasus. Now, we are leaving the grand, wide avenues behind and beginning our ascent. To reach the Funicular, we have to navigate the steep, winding streets of neighborhoods like Sololaki. This is where you truly feel the soul of old Tbilisi. Notice how the atmosphere completely changes here. The planned European grid gives way to organic, twisting alleys that seem to climb right up the side of Mount Mtatsminda. As we walk, look up at the architecture. This area is famous for its stunning, traditional Georgian carved wooden balconies. They hang off the sides of 19th century brick houses, painted in fading pastels, intricate and delicate like lacework. In the past, these balconies were the center of social life. Neighbors would talk across the narrow streets, and families would gather to catch the evening breeze. It is a demanding walk, a true vertical climb that will definitely get your heart rate up. But this journey is essential to understanding the city's geography. Tbilisi is a city built in a gorge, constrained by the river and the mountains, forcing its residents to build upwards. With every steep staircase and sharp turn, the modern city drops away. If you pause to catch your breath and look back over your shoulder, you are rewarded with increasingly spectacular, framed glimpses of the sprawling city below, its rooftops tumbling down toward the river valley. It's a strenuous hike, but as we approach the lower station, the promise of the view from the top makes every step worth it. To conquer the rest of the mountain, we are taking the Tbilisi Funicular. This isn't just a tourist ride, it's a piece of engineering history. Designed by a Belgian engineer and opened in 1905, it was built to connect the sweltering city center with the cooler, fresh air of the Mtatsminda Plateau. As the carriage climbs the incredibly steep track, covering an elevation change of nearly 300 meters, watch the city expand beneath us. Halfway up, we pass the Mtatsminda Pantheon, a tranquil hillside cemetery resting place for many of Georgia's most celebrated writers, artists, and national heroes. We finally arrived at the top, and stepping out into this fresh breeze is absolutely incredible. Welcome to the famous Mtatsminda Park. Sitting at an elevation of about 770 meters, this is the absolute highest point you can reach in Tbilisi. The name Mtatsminda translates to Holy Mountain in Georgian. Once you step to the edge and take in this magnificent landscape, it's remarkably easy to understand exactly why this place has been revered for centuries. Take a moment to just stop, breathe, and look out over the edge with me. This is, without a doubt, the best panoramic view you can possibly get of Tbilisi. From up here, you can see how the city's layout has been completely dictated by nature. Notice how the beautiful Anchiskhati river snakes its way right through the center of the valley, naturally dividing the city in two. You can practically trace the entire historical timeline of Tbilisi from this vantage point. Look right below us, you can spot the winding streets and tightly clustered terracotta rooftops of the ancient old town. Then, let your eyes wander further out, stretching past the historical center toward the massive, modern concrete blocks and newer districts fading into the distance. It is a striking contrast of the ancient and the modern. But the park itself is much more than just a viewpoint, it is a sprawling leisure area. It's a favorite escape for locals, especially when they need a break from the intense summer heat. As we walk around, you'll see it is filled with beautifully landscaped gardens, cozy cafes, and nostalgic amusement rides. And everything here is watched over by the soaring Tbilisi TV broadcasting tower, an iconic feature of the city's skyline that lights up brilliantly at night. Exploring spots like this is exactly why I love sharing these Wander Meridian journeys with you. It's the perfect place to take a slow stroll, soak in the lively atmosphere, and grab a treat. I'm going to hunt down some traditional Georgian ice cream, or maybe a steaming hot, freshly baked khachapuri. It's an unforgettable way to absorb the unique geography and the welcoming spirit of this ancient capital. To get an even more dramatic perspective, we're taking a ride on the park's iconic Ferris wheel. Towering over the edge of the mountain, it's visible from almost anywhere in the streets below. As our carriage reaches the very top, you feel like you are floating above the Caucasus, offering an absolutely breathtaking, unobstructed 360-degree view of the city and the rugged hills beyond. We have now crossed the Anchiskhati River and traveled up Elia Hill, moving into the historic Avlabari neighborhood, to visit a true modern marvel, the Holy Trinity Cathedral, universally known by locals simply as Sameba. As you wander through the older, narrower streets of Avlabari, a district known for its rich history and classic 19th century architecture, the sudden appearance of this massive complex is breathtaking. As you approach its grand entrance gates, the first thing that absolutely strikes you is the sheer, overwhelming scale. Rising nearly 100 meters into the sky, it completely dominates the skyline on this side of the river. Its massive golden dome, crowned with a towering 7.5-meter cross, brilliantly catches the sunlight and acts as a glowing beacon visible from almost anywhere in Tbilisi. While its architectural style, with its sweeping arches, intricate stone carvings, and traditional Georgian cross-dome design, makes it look like an ancient, immovable fortress of faith, Sameba is actually incredibly new. The idea for this grand structure was born in 1989, during a period of profound national awakening for Georgia, but construction was only officially completed in 2004. It was built as a monumental, unifying project to commemorate two major historical milestones: 2,000 years of Christianity worldwide, and 1,500 years of the autocephaly, or independence, of the Georgian Orthodox Church. Notably, it was constructed largely through the donations of ordinary citizens, making it a true symbol of the people's devotion. Interestingly, during the foundation laying, soil from holy places like Jerusalem, the Jordan River, and Mount Zion was brought and mixed into the earth here, deeply connecting this modern building to ancient roots. It is currently the third tallest Eastern Orthodox cathedral in the world, but what you see towering above ground is only part of the story. The entire complex is immense, feeling almost like a peaceful sanctuary city within the wider capital. The cathedral itself rests on a deep foundation with vast underground levels housing 5 distinct, hidden chapels built right into the hillside. Before heading inside, you must take your time walking through the extensive, beautifully manicured gardens that surround the main building. You'll find rose gardens, tranquil pathways, a beautiful freestanding bell tower, a theological academy, and a residence for the patriarch. There is even a picturesque pond with swans gliding gracefully across the water. These grounds offer a place of deep, quiet reflection, far removed from the city noise below, and they provide a stunning, wide-open vantage point to look back out over the winding river toward Mount Mtatsminda. As we step inside through the heavy wooden doors, the vastness of the interior is deeply humbling. The space is monumental, designed to hold up to 15,000 worshippers at once. Unlike the dark, soot-stained walls of Georgia's ancient, centuries-old churches, the interior of Sameba is incredibly bright, echoing, and vast. The sunlight pours in from the high windows in the central dome, illuminating beautiful, brightly colored modern frescoes, expansive floors made of marble and granite brought from all over the world, and incredibly intricate stonework. Look closely at the stunning mosaic floor right beneath the main dome. Massive, gilded icons line the walls, and you can see the grand, intricately carved wooden throne of the Georgian patriarch. It is a highly active place of worship. If you visit during a service, the air is thick with the scent of incense, and you can often hear the hauntingly beautiful, polyphonic chanting of the choirs echoing majestically through the immense space, an experience that truly stays with you. For the final part of our journey, we are plunging back into the heart of Old Tbilisi, specifically along the charming, pedestrianized Anchiskhati Street. This area is a concentrated dose of history and art. First, we pass the fascinating bronze monuments depicting the Berikaoba. This was an ancient, pagan-rooted Georgian tradition of improvised, masquerade folk theatre. Actors wearing masks would perform satirical plays, dances, and music, wandering from village to village, a vibrant piece of Georgian cultural history captured here in bronze. Just down the street, we encounter something entirely different, something that looks like it was pulled straight from a strange and beautiful fairy tale. This is the clock tower. It looks impossibly old and dangerously crooked, but it was actually built in 2010 by the renowned Georgian puppeteer and writer, Rizo Gabriadze, right next to his famous marionette theater. It's a whimsical masterpiece, decorated with hundreds of unique, handmade tiles. Every hour, a small angel emerges at the top to strike the bell with a hammer. And then, standing in stark contrast to the whimsical clock tower just steps away, we find the Anchiskhati Basilica. As you look at its simple, weathered stone facade, you are looking at the oldest surviving church in all of Tbilisi. Built in the 6th century by King Dachi, it has survived countless invasions, wars, and the destruction of the city around it. Its simple, rectangular basilica design predates the classic cross-dome style seen in later Georgian churches. Entering Anchiskhati is like stepping back in time. The air feels heavy with centuries of devotion, the faded frescoes tell ancient stories, and you can truly feel the deep, enduring roots of this incredible city. Our journey through Tbilisi ends here, but there's always more to see. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, leaving a like and a comment really helps support Wander Meridian. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a trip. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you in the next video.